Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. And first things first, let's talk about this big box right here. No, I am not advertising the Respawn chairs. Yesterday my fiance went out and bought him a new gaming chair and set it up together. It was a very expensive chair. He's had his eye on it for a very long time and he didn't take it out to the trash yet, so it's just sitting there waiting to be taken out to the trash. And so that's going to be my backdrop for today. No, I'm not advertising for them. It's just my trash right now because we bought one and it is really, really comfy. Like, the chair reclines almost all the way flat and then it's got a little foot thing for your feet and it's really nice. He's a spoiled, rotten little brat right now is what he is. These gold ears here were bought for me from my grandparents for my birthday, and I did my makeup with them on and figured might as well leave them on for the video. Today's video I'm going to be doing my travel makeup bag. I went on vacation just recently and I'm tired of using these products, so I'm ready to put them away and get new ones. Let's just get right into it. I will have timestamps down below if you're interested, if you just want the makeup portion or if you want the body care portion too. I think I'm going to start with the makeup first just because that's personally what I would be most interested in if I'm looking at a travel makeup bag. So I'm going to talk about the products in the order that I would apply them onto my face, and I always do my eyeshadow first, so I'm going to talk about my eye primer. Eye primer that I bought is the Benefit Stay Don't Stray eyeshadow primer. This is in the shade light medium. I like it because it does have a tint to it, but I've used this practically up, like it's practically gone. I'm like scraping the corners and stuff when I'm trying to get stuff out, and then when I go to apply it on my eyeballs, it's not that easy to apply anymore. It's harder to spread out, and if I don't blend it out as soon as I put it on my skin, it's going to have that line of where it was first applied. I'm sure everybody knows how that is, but I think I'm probably going to put this in my graveyard. I'd used up. It's getting pretty hard to get product out of here, so I think this is just going to go into my makeup empties just because the formula is getting harder to work with, and I've used quite a bit of it and it is almost empty, so I'm okay with throwing this in my graveyard after using it for the past 2 weeks. I brought 3 eyeshadow palettes with me. 2 of them are minis. I'm going to talk about those first. I bought the Too Faced Tickled Peach palette and the Too Faced Sugar Cookie palette. I prefer the mattes in the Sugar Cookie palette, and I prefer the shimmers in the Tickled Peach palette. But I mean, they were great for travel. They were nice and small and compact, so I can just stick them in my travel bag. And I really did get a lot of use out of these, or enough use, I think. So I think those get to be put back into my collection. I'm sorry, it's crazy hot in here. Apparently my AC shut off, and then I had my fan going, and it was just pulling my warm air outside, so it's like super, super hot in here. And so if you see me start to shine, that's why. But the next palette I brought the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. Here's what the inside looks like. This is my favorite Anastasia palette. I really, really did enjoy this amber color. I created some looks. I'm wearing this shade here with this shade on my eyes right now, and then I have Cyborg is my highlight in my inner corner. These bronze colors, like, I don't think bronze looks very well on me, but when I do looks with this palette, I love it. I don't hate any of the looks that I've created with this palette. So I really did enjoy this palette. I wouldn't mind keeping it in for another rotation, but since it is my favorite palette and I do get a lot of use out of it, I need to put it back and start to use some of my other palettes. Okay, after I do my eyeshadow, I go on to my face and priming, and I did bring 2 mini primers. I bought the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and the Smashbox Pore Minimize Primer. I mostly use the Photo Finish Primer just because I think it does fill in your pores a little bit. I forgot, I did bring a single shadow. I bought this mini from Sephora. It's in the shade Ballet Shoes. I brought this for an inner corner highlight just because I think it is so gorgeous. There it is on the back of my hand. I don't even know if you can tell, but it's 24 Hour Smooth Wear Concealer from MAC. and this is what it is. I've got mine in the shade NW22. I just kind of like tilted it upside down, but in the light you can see where it ends. I've got about that much left. I've had this since last winter, and I did use a whole lot of this. I don't think there's a whole lot of product in here compared to my other concealers, but I'm kind of happy that I'm approaching the end of it. And then the last thing, my foundation that I bought was a Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. And you can see, like, I've got a pretty big dent in this foundation. It still only has about that much left. I did bring items that I was trying to work through. I knew worked, I knew liked, and I do like this foundation. I don't know if I'm going to repurchase this one when I go through, but I think I really, really want the new Urban Decay Naked foundation that they just launched. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and my mother-in-law just went out and bought it, so I think I want to try that. Next, after I do that, I had to bring a setting powder. I think I used this maybe twice. I used another press setting powder that I brought, which I will get to in a minute, but I did bring the Jeffree Star setting powder in the shade Fair. The only thing with this one is you got to be very, very careful when you're applying it not to inhale, because it's so finely milled. Like, you'll inhale it. It smells really good. It's just so, like, thinly milled that when you go to apply it, it just puffs up, and then if you inhale at the wrong time, you're going to get a whole lot of powder inhaled, which isn't the best. But mostly I use this BH Studio Pro Shade and Define 10 color contour palette, and I really like this palette. I use these two shades here mainly to set my face, and then I use these two to bronze my face. I did use like this shade and this shade for like a bronzy eyeshadow look, and then I took this one and like packed it just all over the lid, and it did go really, really pretty. After bronzer, I go to highlight because I don't like the stripe, because if I do my bronzer, my highlight, and my blush on top, it like melts everything together. That's just a personal preference of mine. For my highlight, I brought the MAC Hyper Real Glow Highlight. It doesn't say what, I think this is the lightest one they had, and here are the three shades. It doesn't have their names written anywhere on this, or like what highlighting palette this is. I know they have multiples, so this is one of the lighter versions, if not the lightest, then the second to lightest. But I really do like the shades in here, and I have got a lot of use out of this, and I know this needs to go back into my collection because I've been giving it a lot of love lately, and I need to work on some other things. And for my blush, I wanted to bring a blush palette because it's very hard when you're working with different looks to only have one blush or two blushes, and I didn't want to bring multiple like singles, and I'm a blush palette kind of gal. Like, I want options, and you can create your own blushes. So I bought my Jouer Banquet D'Amour blush palette, and here's what the shadows look like. I could have even used this one for an eyeshadow if I wanted, or this whole palette for an eyeshadow. Pop this in the crease, that as my transition shade, my deepening shade, call it good. But that's the shades that I had, and I really do like this palette. It's a good palette. And then after I do all of that, I like to do my brows. I know a lot of people like to do their brows first, but I personally don't, because I feel like I'll mess it up with my foundation and my concealer, because I just want to beat my face with my foundation, my concealer, and then have to go in. I don't want to have to worry about messing up my eyebrows when I'm putting on my foundation. So right now I would be doing my eyebrows, and I bought the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit in the shade 3. This doesn't need any explaining. It's just a brow pencil. I personally like a thicker like pencil rather than just a pencil tip, just because I don't need that much shading, and if I have a larger pencil, it just takes less time, and I didn't want to be super fussy on vacation, so I took that pencil. And then I also brought the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel Setter, and I mean, it sets my brows down nicely, and it does its job. And then I brought the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplify Primer. I bought this right before Kelly Gooch had talked about it and that she picked it up, and I was like, I have that. I should definitely use it, because she kept talking about it. She kept saying how much she loved it and all of that, so I wanted to use it. So I took it on vacation with me, and it does a lot. Like, it adds curl, it adds length, and after I do prime my eyelashes, I like to let the primer sit for a second before I apply my mascara. So that's when I go in with my eyeliner. And the eyeliner that I bought was the I didn't buy any of this, I just created a basket, is the Sexy Kitten Tarte eyeliner in the shade Black. And here's what the pencil looks like. I really do like this eyeliner. It stays in place. It doesn't smudge that easily. It does come off, like it's not the staying power isn't 100% there, but I mean, if I'm wearing my makeup for 12 hours, 10 hours, do I expect everything to look the exact same way as when I put it on? Probably not, and that's alright with me. I'm just trying to use this one up. That is all of the eyeliner that I have left. I'm almost done with it, so I think I'm gonna keep this in my makeup basket for another few weeks because I really would like to see me go through this. So that's exciting. By that time, my eyeshadow primer should be pretty dried down, and I brought the Lights Camera Lashes Tarte mascara. I did buy this last Christmas season. I didn't open it right away, but I did buy this last Christmas season, and this used to be my favorite my favorite mascara. Now I have moved on to other mascaras, so I'm trying to get rid of this one. It's almost gone. I know I've been saying that about a lot of the items, but I tried to take things that I was trying to use up, so that way I was forced to use it, and I couldn't be like, oh, well, I like this one more, I'm just going to reach for that one. I brought items that I know I needed to use because I want them to be used up. For my setting spray, I bought the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. You know you don't test out setting sprays on the go, and I am really, really surprised. One day we rode horses, and as soon as we saddled up and got out of the barn, it started pouring rain. I had my hat on, and that was it, and by the time you were done, I was drenched. We weren't in the rain but more than 5 minutes, but I was drenched. My clothes was drenched, my hair was drenched, and my makeup, like, it stayed in place. And I was like, I was half expecting my mascara to run, my foundation to be patchy from me like touching my face and it just transferring, but no, it stayed pretty well, and I was able to go to dinner with the makeup that I was in the rain and still look presentable and good. And I was like, the products I used today are some good products. So I was very, very impressed with that. Packing my lip situation, I had totally forgot to pack my, bullet lipsticks. So I had no bullet lipsticks, and I was planning on bringing 2 bullet lipsticks, 2 matte lipsticks, and 2 glosses. And so I only had 2 matte lipsticks and 2 glosses and my Peach Puff on the vacation. I got the Too Faced Peach Puff. This is in the shade Stoked. Here's that shade Stoked swatched on my hand. It's a very light pink, and I do really like this lipstick. I wasn't very fond of the applicator, but it's so hydrating, and it's like the blotted lips from ColourPop. Like, you can see through it. It's not so pigmented you can't see your lips, but it's pigmented enough to know that it's there, and I just really like that formula. I would really enjoy getting some more of those. And then the 2 matte lipsticks I bought a Jeffree Star Mini, and this is in the shade Gemini. This top one here is Gemini from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and this bottom one is the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Burnt Spice. And here's that shade. So I've got a more brown nude, a more warm coat nude, and then a pink color. So those were the 3 colors I had to deal with my entire vacation. And then I also did the Fenty Beauty Gloss in the shade Fussy, and then the Buxom Gloss in the shade Claire. I did get about, I think, 18 Buxom lip glosses for a holiday collection, and it was the plumping ones, and I really do like to apply these when I first start my makeup to get my lips nice and plump and ready for lipstick for when I'm ready for that step. And that is all of my makeup that I brought, and I was able to do my full makeup. I don't think I forgot any makeup item except for my bullet lipsticks. I was okay. I I made it with only those 3 lip colors, and it didn't look bad, didn't look tacky or anything like that. So I was very, very proud of myself. And now, goodies for my showers and things like that, I'm just going to start pulling out of the bag. Before I went on vacation, I did go and pick up this, which is the Sephora favorites, and you got a whole bunch. I did take a few things out of here, like, for example, I didn't bring the self-tanner. I knew I wasn't going to use it, so I braid my hair and let it out, and it does this. So, I mean, my hair's done. Heat wasn't added to it. I was braiding my hair, so my scalp was stimulated after the shower for hair growth. So, I mean, yay on that. The next thing that I'm pulling out is just a pair of tweezers. Can't leave home without tweezers, especially on vacation, because that's when a stray hair just pops up and it's like, well, I can't pull you because I don't have tweezers, so I had my back covered on that one. So my Living Proof shampoo and conditioner, I did really like these. When I first got out of the shower, my hair was super, super soft and super nice, but as soon as it dried, it frizzed up. My mother-in-law said that had to do with the water and the harsh water, so I need to try these out now that I'm home, so I don't really have an opinion on them because the water was doing weird things to my hair. Next, I have the Sensodyne Extra Whitening Toothpaste, which I've got sensitive teeth, so this is the jam. I brought the Vital Hydration Solution Deep Hydrating Mask. This made my makeup the next day looked flawless, and I have to think I owe the credit to this guy. It made my skin look really nice and smooth and fresh. For my body wash, I brought the Brazilian Foreplay Moisturizing Shower Gel Cream, and here's what it looks like. It again is just a little mini trial size. It smells so much better than the other one. I've got a mini size of this one. I got it in the BoxyCharm. This is the Coco Cabana cream, and I don't like the scent. I prefer the scent of this one, but the shower gel was really nice, and I don't know how else to explain a shower gel. If it washes it, it's nice. For the face wash, I used my Fresh Soy Cleanser. This also came in that basket, and I think because I used this, I'm buying the full-size version when the Sephora VIB sale comes out, so definitely going to purchase a full size of that. Next, I have the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask, and here is what she looks like. I do really like this too. I think I'm going to buy a full size of this too because I did really, really enjoy that. For my eye cream, I brought the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Eye Cream with a multivitamin treatment with alpha hydroxy acid, Belief Hungarian Water Essence Serum, and then I brought my handy dandy Tom's deodorant. Here you are. And then I brought the Viva La Juicy Couture mini perfume, because what's our minis for if not traveling, if anything. And then I also brought the Claudel Beauty Elixir, and then I really did enjoy this. It's just a nice spray for your face. I do really like this. I feel like it melts my makeup into place, and it smells kind of good, and it makes my face feel nice. Brought little plastic ties, so that way when I got out of the shower I can braid my hair and let it out, because I wasn't going to bring a hair dryer or a straightener or anything. I just didn't have room, and I wasn't going to be there for very long, so I didn't want to bring any heat tools, which I don't really use heat tools on my hair at home. So I just used that, braided my hair, and then see, like, I braided my hair last night. It's got this like waviness to it, so that's normally what I do. It's kind of like a double whammy. You get out of the shower, you braid your hair, you're massaging your scalp because you're braiding your hair, so it stimulates hair growth. And then that way when you're done, it protects your hair when you're sleeping, and then you're done, you take it out, and you have textured hair, or rather curly hair. That is everything that I brought traveling with me. The only thing I forgot was bullet lipsticks, and I think I deserve a pat on the back on that one because I only missed one thing. I did also bring my wet hairbrush. I can't go anywhere without that hairbrush now, so I'm very, very excited about that. Let me go get Henry, and we'll say goodbye. Say goodbye, Henry. Goodbye. Yes, we're going to do a video about Cat Picks My Makeup. See, he doesn't want to say hi. Anyway, that was Henry. He says goodbye. Goodbye, beautiful.